this is, I didn't,
Oh, no, we're gonna record, so okay, the
I
recording.
forgot which time zone I'm in.
Oh yeah, where are you? Well, if it's Tuesday,
Still
it
in
must be
Florida
Belgium,
for
right?
another week. One
Okay,
more week.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So we're going to open with Rachel, and since our topic that somebody chose last week, let's have it open, just humor, whatever, anything to do with humor.
Right.
She has one on joking, and that's what we're going to see. And but I will actually again pause. Okay. Okay, so Chaya Ettel, you had a point.
yeah, no, I wanted to ask a question. When I was in high school, there were two cousins. The family name was Fabricant. What would that mean?
Probably just they were a manufacturer, somebody who made something.
So that
Like
that aunt,
in the garment
Schmata business.
schmat. Thank you. I was trying to think of it in the schmata business.
right. So the aunt is that a common, or that the meaning of that
Yeah, it's a person who
ending,
does something, one who does something. I've seen it a few times, but I'm
and
not
then what they do is the first part of the word.
right. That's
Okay.
right. So Musikant, what's the one? How did she do it before? It was a was it Comicant?
Comediant.
Comediant, yeah. Okay. All right. And Meta, would you please repeat your comment about the Burstons? Uh,
Just, I was just looking for it. I'll search for it. I'm almost positive, but maybe I'm wrong. It was called the Comediant,
and it was
and
the Burston
the
family.
movie, and I think we could find something about it on YouTube. Maybe to
Yes.
get the whole movie, we'll have to get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
So
it was the Burston, not only the Burston family, there was maybe Five-ish Finkel, several other, a whole collage of comedians and
from Yiddish theater.
the Yiddish theater, and was just very, very. You all would enjoy it, so we'll have to find it.
That would
I'll
be
find
great.
what I
That'd
could
be
do
great.
it. It's
Okay.
out there.
All right. Very good. Okay. And what was the new word for some of you today that you learned for THAN, the comparison word?
Ader.
Ader. And it compares best with which of the other two?
B.
V. Because it takes what case afterwards?
Accusative. Oh, no,
No,
no, predicate,
nominative.
predicate,
Nominative.
Nominative.
predicate,
Nominative.
predicate,
And
nominative.
the third, and that's so we have Ader and V, and what's the third one?
Fun.
Fun, and that takes
Dative.
Ader.
dative. There you go. Okay, good, good. Okay, let's move on. How many people have something in the way of topic talk, some humor to offer? Oh, wow. A lot of good participation we're going to have today. How about Chiena? Let's let you go
Oh,
first,
okay.
and may we record you.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. A Jingle hat gefragt sein Zeta. Was alt bist du? Der Zeta hat geantwortet, ich weiß nicht. Der Jingle hat gesagt, guck auf dein Gatkes. Um, I mean, auf mein Gatkes, es ist geschrieben, fünf bis sechs. Oh, I'll have to translate. A little boy asked his grandfather, "How old are you?" And the Zeta said, "I don't know." And the little boy said, "Look on your underpants. On my underpants, it's written 5 to 6."
Pharisees, Pharisees. Okay, good. Meta, you have your hand up. Even die microphone.
Ich ich habe nicht geschrieben, dass ich habe passiert zu reden. Let me see if I could just lower my hand. Okay. Entschuldigt mir. Sag Jahren zurück, wenn ich habe gewinn ein Mädel, ich habe gegangen zu leben in Hartford, Connecticut. Und ich habe hat eine Arbeit ich habe arbeitet at the Hartford Courant. When I was a young girl, I went to live in Hartford, Connecticut, and I got a job at the Hartford Courant.
A Zeitung,
A Zeitung,
a newspaper.
a newspaper, Zeitung, yeah. So, but ich habe das Zeitung was lem a schöne Platz. There was a YMCA, but a sehr schön. And they hat gehabt, wo wir können essen, a restaurant, lem the current. They had a beautiful restaurant near the current. And ich habe gegangen zu essen Frühstück.
Frühstück, yeah, breakfast.
Like noontime, what would you call noontime?
Mittag.
Ich habe gegessen Mittag da und das sehr schön. Die Zeit was winter. How do you say winter?
Winter.
Winter, oh, okay. And ich habe gehabt schöne Kleid, Coat.
Yeah, Mantel.
A Mantel. Ich habe angetan den Mantel und Ruf stellen das, ja, Platz zu stellen. Und ich habe gehabt das schöne little Kapelle und ich habe ausgetan das und beide und ich habe gesetzt und essen und sehr schön Fish und Vegetables, but
Grünzeigen.
But the best was the dessert. Ich habe geglichen, was man kann lecken the fingers von das. So ich habe gehabt a schöne Zeit. So ich gehe zurück und bezahlt für meine Rechnung. I went and I paid for what I ate and ich habe gegangen zu angetan die die
Mantle.
Mantel. Ich habe angetan den Mantel.
Hitler.
Und ich suche, wo ist mein Kappele? Und gar nicht nowhere. Ich habe gefragt, die Rechnung, der Frau, was arbeitet und nimmt Geld. Sie ist die Rechnung, was, what do you call her? Whatever.
Kassier, the
Ich
cashier.
habe gefragt, du siehst, ich habe gehangen, immer hat genommen meine Kappele. And so, you know, this, who wants a hat? Like, you know, where it's sugar. No, can't be. Anyway, so I'm facing her. So ich drehe sich herum and ich will, you know, I'm going to get back. Oh, thanks, dear. And I'm going like, what, you know. I had a belt. Ich habe had a belt on my mantel.
Mhm.
And ich habe aufgehangen die Kappele an the belt. So my joke.
Yeah, I figured it was on you somewhere. Just one correction. Kepala means little head. Hittala is little hat. I don't think you can call a cap.
Hitler. Okay, Hitler.
Hittala. Hut is hat, big, like in a hittel, and we're hittala. is a cap or a hat, a smaller hat. Okay, there's the funny story. Yeah, yeah. That's happened to all of us, I'm sure. Okay, good. Let's see. How about Gittala? Gittala.
Okay. Amita, I'm glad it wasn't your head that you lost.
Hey, I lost my hat a lot of
Yeah.
times.
All righty. So I,
Okay to record you, right?
yes. Okay. Okay. Here's a Witz. Zwei Goyim haben umgestellt a Reus von a Schule. Two non-Jewish people were standing outside a shul. Ein sagt zu der andere, wie viel Jiden meinst du seinen ein dort? One said to the other, how many Jews do you reckon are in there? Der Zweite antwortet, ich hab es gehört, als sie haben 999,999. The other responds, I heard there are 900,999. Der Erste guckt auf ihm mit modnem Blick auf Punim. Was? Also hast du bekommen zu dem Nummer? The first one looks at him with a funny look on his face. What? How did you get that number? Pashut, antwortet der Zweite. Ich hab es gehört, ein Jid a rausgekommen sagen, mir fällt ein Fahr a million. Simple, the second one responds, I heard one Jew coming out saying, we are one short of a million.
Oh,
He misheard minion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't, or he heard it, didn't know what it meant, so yeah.
Yep.
Right. Das ist ein narrisch.
Duh. Yeah, das ist.
That's a silly joke. Okay, good. Adank, adank. Oh, I forgot to enlarge you. I didn't spotlight you. So, we've got, wait a minute. We got to spotlight you so you can applaud. Everybody applaud you, spotlight. There you go. Take them out. Take them out. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Chaya Bluma, your hand was up, right? Okay, so F and D Mikro.
Yes, it was.
Good? Okay, good. Okay.
Actually, when I started writing this, I didn't think about it as a joke, but it is sort of. So, but it's a story I've been thinking about writing for a while, just waiting for an appropriate week.
A true story from your life.
An episode, not from my life, actually.
Oh, okay.
Mein Schweiger Miriam, gerufen Mim, is geboren geworden in December 1918. My mother-in-law Miriam, who is called Mim, was born December 1918 in Brooklyn. Ihr Mutter is given an Einwanderer und hat nicht gekannt lernen, afilu nicht kein calendar. Her mother was an immigrant and couldn't read, not even a calendar. Hat gesagt, dass Mem is geboren geworden in Hanukkah und hat gemeint, as der Tag is 25 December. She said that Mem was born during Hanukkah, and she thought that the day was the 25th of December. Azoi Geburtstag is ständig given Provent auf Mittel. So her birthday was always celebrated on Christmas. 60 Jahre später sind sie mit mein Schwer gewinn ausgedreht und gewollt fahren. Aber sie haben gedarf fastfahrten. Und zu bekommen fastfahrten. Haben sie gedarft ein Metricus. 60 years later, she and my father-in-law were retired and wanted to travel. But they needed passports, and to get a passport, they needed birth certificates. Mein Schwager hat sich gewöhnt zu ihr in New York und noch
I'm sorry, unschuldig mir. I wasn't going to interrupt, but it's Schwieger.
Schwieger.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. So go back on that sentence to the beginning. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Mein Schwieger hat sich gewöhnt zu ihr in New York und noch etliche Wochen hat man gesagt, als es ist nicht Registratie von ihr gebärt. My mother-in-law applied to New York for hers, and after several weeks was told there was no record of her birth. Sie ist gesucht zu Barat mit ein Avocat. She is advised to consult with a lawyer. Viele Wochen später, der Advokat gerufen und gesagt, ich kann nicht gefunden es. Many weeks later, the lawyer called and said, I could not find it, the birth certificate. Hat man auch einmal gerufen mit einem anderen Namen? Hat gefragt. He asked her, has anyone ever called you by a different name? I'm writing my own handwriting again. Sie hat geantwortet, nu, mein Tata mal gerufen mir Mary, aber is trocken is gewen Norwitz. And I have a question on that, but let's save it for later. She replied, well, sometimes my father called me Mary, but I think he was just joking. Nach Wochen sind vorbei und der Advokat hat nochmal gerufen. Several more weeks passed and the lawyer called again. Gesagt, ich habe es gefunden. Hat gesagt. The lawyer called again and said, I found it. Du bist geboren dem 12th December or an Eier Tata nicht gemacht gewiss. Dein legal Namen is Mary. I didn't translate the last sentence. Your father was not joking. Your legal name is Mary.
Oh, amazing.
Which made life very complicated because her driver's license and Social Security and absolutely every other record was in the name of Miriam.
Yeah, her Jewish name.
So,
wow. Okay, a dank, a shenem dank.
so my question, we just had,
okay.
didn't know we were going to have Ruckel with the joking. So she said to tell a joke is Sie witzen sich. They are joking. So would that be more appropriate when it said she thought her father was joking?
Yeah, it's fine to use the sich with the verb, but you could have said to zogavitz also. You could say that.
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah, and Meta had her hand up first.
Oh,
No, I have a question too, but go ahead. I'll wait.
All right, Gianna.
I just wanted to ask Elaine, because my father had the same situation, which I told his story. He didn't have a birth certificate, and he did go to Europe. He even went to Russia later on in life. I don't even know how he got. How can you find one if there wasn't any?
Well, the lawyer went hunting. They knew her last name, obviously, which was not that usual. It was Goldenson. So not, I don't think there were a million of them. And they knew for sure she'd been born in December and in 1918. So it was a month, you know, time there that she couldn't go through all the records, but a lawyer could.
Where are the records? Where are the?
In New York State, she was born in Brooklyn.
Oh, I thought she was born in Europe.
No, she was born in Europe. Her mother was born in, I'm not sure.
Okay,
Over there.
my dad was not.
Somewhere in East Europe, but I don't remember. Shell's family is from, my husband's family is from a whole lot of different places.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which relative is from where. But anyway, no, the mother was illiterate and had come over from
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, my mother-in-law was born in Brooklyn.
Okay.
All right. Meitai, you had a question
My
too?
question is similar to Hannah's because I was questioning how did they get passports to go back to Europe?
Yeah.
And my mother was a citizen. She became a citizen. She was a naturalized citizen. So maybe that's how she got the passport. Because I know she went to Israel, and you have to have a
Yeah,
passport.
you would have to be a citizen to have an American passport.
So she somehow got it.
Yeah.
And my father, we didn't know his birthday either, except that he was born on the Zex candle from Hanukkah. So we celebrated December the 6th, but he never traveled. He wasn't a citizen. He just got the first papers, but that was it. So he didn't have to have a passport, but my mother did. So all of a sudden, how did you get a passport?
Yeah.
Brought it up
No,
when you
well,
story.
what we were wondering about I read this to my husband last night, and he made a million corrections, but anyway, his family was then what did she do? Because the birth certificate didn't match her other paperwork. So we're thinking, and we don't know, that maybe what she had to do was apply to have her birth certificate changed.
Well, I did. I had to have my birth certificate changed because my siblings have a different name because of the European. My parents came to America. The teachers changed it in school, so they had a different name. And I'm the last one, but I don't know what happened. My name was different than everybody else. And I have an adopted brother, and my father adopted him, and he had the same name. My sister, my other brother, they all had the same name, except so I had to go through this whole thing to finally get mine corrected for the driver's license, to get the special driver's license.
Yeah, it can be quite a mess. Doc Chet, you said you have to leave early, so did you want to contribute anything? Do you have a joke to tell, since our topic is humor, or a true story that's amusing?
Ich habe gar nichts zu sagen jetzt.
Garnished? Okay. All right. Okay. Then let's see who else had their hand up. She's asleep, I think. Chaya Ethel.
I heard every word you said.
Okay. All right. Did you
Yeah, I really did. I really did. I
Okay,
just
good.
can't keep my eyes open.
Okay.
But
Did you have a joke?
I do.
or something?
I do.
Okay. All right.
I do.
All right. Let's get you open. Spotlight you. When you're spotlighted, the rule is you must keep your eyes open.
Well, when I'm reading, I have to keep my eyes open. So. Okay, so ich hab Werter, Chacham Werter, euch, again, euch,
Noch einmal.
noch einmal, okay. Das Eug erzählt, was das Herz meint. The eye tells the story of what the heart means, which is, I guess you can tell by looking at someone. Es ist nicht gestiegen und nicht geflogen. And that we had in, I don't know, where did we have it? Was it in nicht gestiegen? In other words, it never rose, it never flew. Basically, it's baloney. It's a bunch of baloney.
You know the background of that, don't you? You know what it comes from?
I knew it at one point, but you explained it from one of the stories that we read.
Jesus. It's reference to Jesus.
Oh, yes. Yes.
He didn't rise from the dead and he didn't
Didn't
fly.
rise and he didn't fly. Well, he didn't. Okay.
But we're careful when we're around Gentiles to
Yes,
not
yes, yes,
be
yes, yes,
insulting
yes,
with that.
yes, yes.
So then you just use it in general, meaning, oh, it's something that doesn't do much of anything.
Okay. Helft dich alleen, wird dich Gott euch helfen. Helft dich alleen, wird dich Gott euch helfen.
God helps those who help themselves.
Basically, help yourself and God will also help. Okay. Kennen Teure is nicht kein Ster zu Avera. Knowing Torah is no deterrent to sin.
Mm.
I would tend to dispute that, but I thought it was an interesting, in other words, you could know it
Well,
and decide
think
to,
of all
but
the scandals with clergy that abuse children
true,
and
true. Yeah, I mean,
have affairs and
yeah, it might deter you. It might deter you. So it could be, or it couldn't be. Anyway, a kind on a mamke is wie a tier on a kliamke.
child without a what?
A mother.
Oh,
Oh,
mom. But you said mom.
Mothering. A
Oh,
child
oh, oh.
without mothering is like a door
door without a doorknob.
without a
So
latch.
say it again.
In Yiddish?
Yeah.
Okay. A kind on a mamke is wie a tier on a kliamke.
Yamka. Oh,
That's
okay.
that's
And that's
a
latch.
doorknob. A kliyamke is a doorknob, not a lat, not doesn't lock. It's the doorknob that you turn or to open the door.
They translated it as a latch. So I
Maybe
don't know.
either some doors, the handle latches.
Yeah,
That's the
it's all
function of latching too.
it's all one mechanism. Okay.
It's some Slav. It's probably different in Polish and Russian. Different,
Okay.
slightly
So
different.
this one is very relevant, I think. Kleine Genovem hängt man, große schenkt man.
What's
Kleine,
it?
kleine
Little
Genovem,
thieves.
petty thieves are hanged, big ones are pardoned.
Oh,
Ah,
wow.
oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I thought that was rather relevant. Hold on.
Wow. Okay, so Kleamka in Schechter, he gives doorknob first, but he also puts door or window handle.
Oh, okay.
That's the handle.
And yeah, okay.
Usually it's a round doorknob.
Yeah.
Doorknob.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one was, I remember my mother saying this. Was is billig is tire.
Tire. That which is cheap is expensive.
Cheap is dear. She said actually cheap is dear.
So what does that mean?
It means when you buy something cheap, it's not going to last very long. And it turns out it's worth paying more for it. You'll get your money's worth. Cheap is dear means you think you're getting
Penny wise is pound foolish.
Pound foolish, right?
There you go.
You think you're getting a bargain, but it's really not.
Yeah. Good. Say it good. Adon.
And the last one more.
One more.
And this one you should probably know. Sitzt auf zwei Stühlen.
Somebody sitting on two chairs.
Right, which is vacillating. Can't make up your mind.
Fence on the fence.
Right. You can't make up your mind. You're sitting on two chairs, on two stools.
All right, good. Adanka.
Daniela just wrote something in the
yeah, I was gonna say they also get really poor audio, so let's read what they were saying here about.
I don't understand if there is a country that she says that doesn't impose.
Right, so first she said, we feel very much for your in-laws. Also, some of our relatives were given legal names, but their parents used different name to avoid military conscription. Oh yeah, especially in Eastern Europe, because they would take some poor young fellow away for 25 years. So if you could get any way you could get out of that, not be in the Tsarist army. And then in my father's family, all the members who came to the USA got different last names, right? Okay, a lot of that. Yeah, well, my mother, I've told the story about my mother's father. And, they were a big family, and they have all the Davis and Dobbs and Dobrovich and all these different names. Okay, and then we've got the whole last from Daniela. The whole last name thing was imposed. Last names were imposed. I was raised to feel very strongly about it. I resent being forced to have one. We'll get rid of it if I ever get documents from a country that does not impose one. Now, there are many
There is
countries
such
that
a
do not
place.
impose family names. So Iceland does not impose
Oh,
family.
Iceland. Okay.
Interesting. They said
Interesting.
the only
So do they
problem with
do
there is the volcanoes coming up all the time.
if they don't impose family names, how do they distinguish people with I mean, there's a lot of, do
Yeah,
they do it by so and so, son of or daughter of?
well, that's
How do
what so
they?
many of the last names were anyhow. These Williamson and anything that ends in son, those names, that's what they were. And of course, we have the Bar Kochba, the Bar Ben names. And of course, one of the most famous ones is the story about Jesus again. Since we don't have any Gentiles visiting right now, the three guys on the cross, Jesus and was it two thieves or something? And what was the one's name?
Barabbas?
Barabbas. What is that? That's Bar Abbas, son of father. Fiction. One of the examples my father used to prove the whole Jesus story was a conglomeration of stories from various local rebbes and local he used to say that ancient our ancient country cranked out prophets the way America cranked out engineers. Except nowadays we don't crank out engineers because we have such lazy students. We have to bring them in from India now.
So I really had this question about Iceland. So if even today they don't impose family names, how do they have
Yeah,
their,
a lot of Johans and Marias running around. How do you tell them apart? I don't know. We'll have to, maybe somebody will do a little research and tell us what they do to distinguish them. Or you get a number, like in Duolingo, I'm Janice, followed by like 6 digits, right?
oh, maybe.
Anyhow, okay. Well,
Well,
yeah, obviously.
We all have a number too. We have our social security number.
Yeah. But at least here you have a fighting chance to tell some people apart if you have 3 names too for most people because they have the middle name as well. Anyhow, okay. And then of course you got to give your date of birth all the time or the last 4 of your social. All right, life's too complicated. All right, is there anybody else? Did I miss anybody? No, everybody. Okay, I have a little one here. I think I haven't told it for a long, long time. Okay. This is a Herschel of Ostropol story. All right, let's see, you want to do, all right. Okay, zu Herscheln seinen bei Nacht Ganoven. Some thieves entered Herschel's house one night. Sie haben lang gesucht und gar nicht gefunden. They searched and found nothing. He was so poor, Das Weib hat sich aufgehabt und hat Herscheln geweckt. Herschel's wife awoke with a start and woke Herschel. Steh auf, get up. Ganoven seinen in Stub. There were thieves in the house. Schweig, hat ihr Herscheln gesagt. Be still, Herschel told her. Lass sich nicht hören. Don't let them hear you. Efter wollen sie etwas überlassen. Maybe they'll leave something behind.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, Janice, I
Yeah.
got the answer on Iceland.
Okay, quickly.
Okay, in Iceland, a person is called by their first name in both formal and informal situations, or sometimes addressed using both names, as family names generally don't exist. The last name could be either the parent's first name followed by son for sons, or Deuter, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Dochter, probably.
D-O with a little agu on it. If it were French, it would be an agu
Doch,
accent.
but it's Dochter.
D-O-T-T-I-R for daughters.
Dochter.
And sometimes they adopt a middle name for clarification.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we
Very
have,
interesting.
okay. All right. So let's move on to because I was sick all week. I was actually coming down with it last Monday. I says, gee, I think I'm getting something. So I didn't get to do anything for you guys except the bare bones for this week. But I was working on something, and I think I'll go ahead and share it, even though I didn't have time to do um, actually, I'll just read it to you first. And
Janice, I really, I have to share this also because I looked at the next entry. It's number one, it could be either patronymic or matronymic,
yeah, I sure you said
which is interesting. No, but you
daughter of
could
the
use your
mother.
mother's name or your father's name with son and daughter, or listen to this, names that are unable to accommodate the endings required by the nominative, accusative, genitive, and dative cases used in Icelandic are not allowed. And the ants and the I don't know Icelandic, so but one of the names they said is Harriet. Evidently, Harriet is a name that you can't have in Iceland. They won't allow it because there must be something about the way that one of those cases or all of them are formed. Is that a riot? That's very funny.
It is. That is. So
That's it. I'm
the
sorry. I
only
had to share that with you because we're always talking about the cases in the
cases,
class
well,
anyway.
all right. So we do have an analogy in Yiddish, which I've mentioned before, which is that the fact that names get the nun ending. However, I remember running this by my mother, and she said, "Yeah, you don't do that. If it would make confusion, if you're introducing, if the person's hearing the name for the first time, and they might think that was part of the name. So that's an exception thing where you don't do it where it might be confusing. So that must be what's going on there, is that if you tried to put that case ending on it, it would give you something strange, and it would alter the name or whatever. So anyhow, where is my father when we need them to ask these questions?
I just think that's fascinating. I never
Yeah.
knew that. Who knew that?
Parliament Havagin Pesach.
Okay, yes, you too. Yeah, and let's just a reminder before you go, Chet, that we decided already on the topics. Next week will be how you are preparing for Pesach. The following week is Pesach. There's no meeting that on the 14th. There's no Yiddish Club because it's a full holy day. And then the following, the 21st, will be what you did for Pesach. And of course, Ari will have the Ari exception as usual. One of these days, he's gonna have somebody Jewish coming, and he's gonna have to prepare for Pesach and tell us what he did for Pesach, or he'll
Hardly.
convert finally after all
Sage-
these years of being a Yiddish speaker. Okay, bye.
Likely. Janice, while we're on the topic, I will not be here next week
Oh,
because I am preparing for Pesach by going home.
you'll be traveling.
Ah,
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay, so let me put here that you'll be absent. Traveling. Again, we got another traveling person. Of course, Shayna Leva's traveling right now, and so we always miss her when she does such wonderful topic talks. Miss her when and reading too. She's a really bright light in our club, as all of you are in each one in your own special way. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our first song, and these are oldies, but sometimes I'll look. I say, "Gosh, I think we haven't done this in a long time," and so here we go with first one. I said we would do first was the Rebbe Elimelech. So it's got a lot of reading here, and oh, who sent me this? Chiana, did you send this? Was lying on my desk. This was a present from somebody. Was that from you? I should have shown this before. It's Yiddish refrigerator magnets, little sayings. Isn't that adorable?
What are they?
Um, they're I never even took them
No,
off.
no, but what are the
Oh, what do they
sayings?
say? All right, one says, says, how can I show it to you and read it? Jeder Freu in a Mame. Oh, wait, spotlight myself. You can see it better. Let's try this. All right, okay. Get it to focus. Jeder Freu is a mama. Every man is it's supposed to be every man is a child and every woman is a mother. There's something wrong with that. Jeder man is a kind. Every man is a child. That's correct. But I think they meant to put Jeder Frau is a mamale. You know, little mommy. That's every woman is a mamala. But it's completely mixed up. But anyhow, the next one says, Ein Freund is besser von 10 Kreuven. Yeah, that's the truth.
One
Right?
friend is better than 10 relatives.
Relatives, yeah, yeah. I've got cousins who don't talk to me from one decade to the next. And even when I reach out, I'll send something. Hi, how you doing? Want to see if your address is still the same? Nothing. Nothing. Anyhow. So, okay. All right. I think that's why I hadn't taken them off and put them on the fridge because I couldn't figure out why they wrote that first one the way they did. I think probably somebody was getting one, one of these from one of the Kogos books or something with the sayings. And it was a similar saying like right next to it. And they grabbed the line from the one and the Yiddish from the one and the English from the other or something. Strange. Modne. It gives you a wonderful word. Modne. Strange. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and share our song sheet. I can get it up here. Rebbe Elimelech. Here we go. Make it bigger. Größer. Mach es größer. Okay. All right. And this is treated as a folk song, but as you see, we know who wrote it. So it's not a folk song. Okay. First verse. Meta. Oh, I know you sing. You probably know the song. So if you want to sing it, you can.
Yeah, I do know the song.
Okay. And of course, there are variations. So many people have played with it over the years. So if you start singing it and your words fly off into something different, we will understand.
Okay. Und als die Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden sehr freilich, ist geworden sehr freilich, Elimelech hat ausgetan die Twillen und hat angetan die Brillen und hat geschickt nur die Fiddlers, die zwei.
Might as well go ahead with the refrain.
Ach, die fiddle-dicke Fiddlers haben fiddle-dicke fiddled, haben fiddle-dicke fiddled, haben sie. Und als die fiddle-dicke Fiddlers haben fiddle-dicke fiddled, haben fiddle-dicke fiddled, haben sie.
Oh, wonderful. Wunderlich. Wunderlich. Without any warm-up or practice. That's a pro. That was great. Okay. All right. And
I can sing the next one.
the reason I consider this a humor song is because it's also a drinking song. And, because it gets the traditional way to do it is to get all mixed up at the end, where the fiddlers are drumming and the drummers are fifing and all that stuff. So, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Unas der Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden noch mehr freilich, ist geworden noch mehr freilich, Elimelech. Hot, it should be hot, no?
Yeah,
Hat abgemacht Havdalah mitten Shamish Rav Naftala und geschickt noch die Feiglers, die zwei und die dicke Peiklers wait, hold on. Und die dicke Peiklers haben dicke Peikelt haben Peikel dicke Peikel haben sie. Und die Peikel dicke Peikel haben Peikel dicke Peikel haben Peikel dicke Peikel haben sie. Oh, oh.
Oh, this is great. This is great fun. Okay. Anybody else want to try to sing their verse? All right. We'll let. How about how about Gittala, and you can just read it if you don't want to try to sing it.
Okay, those are, it's a hard act to follow, but und als der Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden gar stark freilich, ist geworden gar stark freilich Elimelech, hat ausgetan das Kittel und hat angetan das Hittel und geschickt nach die
Geschickt.
Oh, geschickt, excuse me. Und geschickt nach die Zimblers die zwei.
Go ahead and do your refrain.
Okay.
This is the hardest part to say.
Und die Zimbliades.
Zimbeldicke.
Und die Zimbeldicke Zimblers haben Zimbeldicke Zimbel. Haben Zimbeldicke Zimbel. Haben sie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, let's just repeat it.
Okay. On Potter.
Well, you don't have to repeat it. It's enough of a tongue twister.
Okay.
All right. Well, very good. How about Daniela? Does anybody there got a good enough connection today to do one of these verses? Are they still here? Yeah, Daniela. There we go. Okay. Verse 4.
Unas Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden gar stark freilich, ist geworden gar stark freilich, Elimelech, hat getan a guten
Genetz. Oh, Genetz.
Und gesagt, man darf schleun mein nicht und geschickt die Kapelle ein.
No, I don't think I've ever heard anybody even sing this verse about sending the band home. Okay, good. All right. All right. Somebody that was Dovid. Chava, you there? You want to do the refrain for this? About the drunken band?
Her kapelje Rebben Melech Elie hat ausgeschelten dem Dalles Afeige. Die freiliche Kapelle hat gehabt diese der Stelle Musik verbinden
Verbitten.
mit die
Yeah.
Lapper gezeigt.
Okay, and now we start get all mixed up. Let's see. Gianna, see if you can do the mix. This is very hard. Oh, F and D microphone. Oh, Gittele Farmachtijn. It's still not, Gianna, yours is not opening up for some reason. You can't make it open? Press your space bar and hold it down. That should do it. No? Oh, there. Good. Okay.
Mike Peiklers.
Yeah, die Fiddeldicke Peiklers.
Peiklers. Only one you there. Die Fiddle. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Word. Die Fiddledicker Peiklers haben Zimbeldick gefiddelt und Braunfindig gegossen sich mit Wein. Die lustige Klezmorim mit Fleischer unteren Ohren haben geholt.
Geholjit. Remember the song by, Geholjit, Geholjit, Kinderlich, right?
Geholt is Bisen, Helen, Tog Arain.
Do you have to change the Orim, the Pasach under the Aleph from Orim to a Kometz? Orim?
Orem. That's a comet. Orem.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looked like a Pasach for me.
Yeah, it's just it's a funny font there.
Yes, my eyes are just playing tricks. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. It's called getting old. Okay. All right. Okay, that was very good. Who hasn't read yet?
I haven't.
Okay. All right. Here you go.
And die fiddeldikke pijklers hebben symboldik gefiddeld, hebben pijkeldik gesymbeld hebben zij. Und die symboldikken pijklers hebben pijkeldik gefiddeld, hebben pijkeldik gepijked haben zij.
Yes, they're all drunk and doing each other's instruments in the way they would do somebody else's and so on. Very, very funny.
This is one of my favorite songs, by the way.
Yeah. Okay,
I love it.
We all grew up, I think everybody probably heard this originally from Bakel on his 1956 or 7 Theodore Bakel Sings Yiddish Folk Songs album that we all had. The version that I found a few years ago that was absolutely adorable with the young woman who's a scholar. She was going for her master's in like Mongolian or something. She's in Mongolia. Remember that? Showed that to you? And she entered the song in the contests. Every country's got them now, that's, I guess, Mongolia has talent or whatever. And with a traditional Mongolian band playing their traditional instruments behind her. It's just wonderful. But I'm going to play only the end part of hers, the one where it's mixed up. But I'm going to play Jan Pierce's version because, of course, somebody with a really wonderful voice. Assuming I can... Oh, wait a minute, I can't do that. I keep forgetting I can't do that. Okay, can't minimize. I can only do that to get the one available. Actually, why don't I
record it now?
You were going to stop the recording when you play this.
Yeah. Actually, let me do that if I can find it again. I started moving things around. So let's pause. I'm going to now unpause so that we can read our next song together. And let's go for next one. Again, we're dealing with songs that are cute and have fun to them and humorous aspects. So we're going to do another one that we all learned from Bakel, same album. And if we don't run out of time, we're going to get to hear my son do it. We know who's going to be really happy from that, all right? Okay, so here we go with Die mezinke ausgegeben. Okay, all right, everybody got to read before, right? Okay, so we'll just kind of go around the room again. I think, Mayta, you started, so you do the first verse of this one too. And if you know it and want to sing it, you can.
I love this song. Golda does it so beautiful. You know Golda from West Palm Beach? She's going to be 96 years old. Christ hat mich Gott gemacht, Lichter hat mich gebracht, hol ihr Kinder ganze Nacht, der mezinke ausgegeben, der mezinke ausgegeben.
Yay, as usual. Wonderful. And by the way, I'll give the warning ahead that David mispronounces this word right here, this vowel. He says wrong. And by the time I told him about it, he'd already gotten a number of views. And if you redo something, you lose all the history in your views. So he didn't remake it. So we'll hear it with that mistake. But you know it's gegeben. It's an irregular verb, so it's understandable because it's gib is give, but then it goes to it the eh. Anyhow, okay, so
So what did he say? Oisgegeben?
yeah, yeah. And I asked my mother, if she was still living then, I said, have you ever heard any dialect where they did that? And she said no. So, oh well. The David dialect, the Dovid Mordechai dialect. Okay. All right, so let's, Gianna, you want to do the next stanza?
Okay. Schluckt Kol Zemmer.
Klezmer, don't forget
Oh,
that's, yeah.
oh,
It's
klezmer. Klezmer.
klezmer, because that's what it comes from, instruments of music, of song, instruments of music is what klezmer
Klezmer.
is from.
Okay. In der Indie Tausend
Tanzen. Tan?
Tatzen.
Supposed to be tots, yeah, totsen, the clanging,
Tatzen. Okay.
cymbals, clang.
Wer vet at sind mich Schanzen.
Schatzen. Totsen and
Schatzen.
Schatzen.
Schatzen. Oi, Gott is groß. Hat doch ge, gebench.
Yeah, that's that combination of letters to get the ch
Gebencht.
is the T, so it's gebenched. That's, and they talk about Czechoslovakia and Czech having too many consonants in a row. Look what we've done here.
Right. Gebencht. Mein Ois. Die mezinke gib ich Ois. Die mezinke Ois gegeben.
Okay, all right, good. Who's next? Gianna? No, Chaya Etel, I mean. Oh, F&D microphone?
From Starker.
Yeah, this is one everybody sings, so you probably can sing it.
Uh,
Starker Freilich.
Du die Malke,
Never mind, just read.
anyway. Starker Freilich, du die Malke, ich der Melech. Ei, ich allein hab mit meine Augen gesehen, wie Gott hat mich matzliach gewinn, die mezinke ausgegeben, die mezinke ausgegeben. I have a question.
Yeah.
If mezinke is transliterated mezinke, why is it mem yud instead of mem? Why does it start with mem yud instead of mem al ayin?
I don't know. It's an unstressed syllables, it's a schwa, think of it as, right?
Well, but even so,
Well, it's a borrowed word. It's a Slavic word that means pinky finger, and it probably got changed to the long line. The actual word for it is mezinke, and then this is giving it a feminine ending. Because
okay.
the last little one is the youngest daughter, or youngest child. Okay, so whatever. It's one of those, whatever. Okay. All right. We need another reader. Let's get my faces here. How about Gittala?
Spitzig.
Okay. Itzig Spitzig, was schweigst du mit dem Smitschek? Auf die Klezmer gib a Geschrev. Sie spielen.
Geschrei, did you say?
I don't know. Geschrei?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sie spielen sie, sie schlafen sie. Reißt die
Reist.
die Strunes alle auf zwei, die mezinke ausgegeben.
Okay. All right. Good. Chaya Bluma, did you get to read
Janice,
that?
can we just look at what is why is your slash silent? See, it says, why is your bow silent? Why is your lash?
It's a fiddler he's talking to. So you got this word schmitchik for the bow, but let's look at the footnote. I wrote this so long ago. I think it may have to do with these head of these bands were so mean they'd have a little whip and they'd whip.
Okay.
That's what I wrote
Schnitzig.
down.
See,
Maybe just using it like a baton, like flicking it in the air.
yeah, okay. All right. Sorry.
Okay. All right. When you later you can read all the footnotes to your heart's content,
Okay.
right?
All right.
Okay. All right. So we left off at that one. Okay. So we're right here. So how about the Gaudis here? Each take a verse.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Isaac, Isaac, die Bobbe geht a Kosik, kein ein Chore, zet not zet, wie sie puppet, wie sie geht, oi a Simche, oi afraid, die mezinke is gegeben.
Okay. All right. And next, the Gaudi. Good job on that. I'm gonna, so I'm
Der Tiger Der Tigerväter Jossi und die gute Muhme Sossi haben mir zum Ossenmoll ihre Weinen ohne Zoll mir, mir geschickt von Eretz Israel, die mezinke ausgegeben.
Okay, and listen, we're gonna take our next verse from Ari, who obviously had something, a doctor appointment or whatever, and couldn't get here till now. So since we're down to the last few minutes, we'll let him get this last stanza. If you can see it, okay. This is from the song about marrying off the last of the daughters. Die mezinke ausgegeben.
Okay, where
Last verse, Mottel.
Motel, Shimon, die Orgeleit zijn ongekommen. Stelt for, no, let's see, that's not
You
necessary.
can, yeah, that's just alternate versions I gave.
Okay, stellt zij dem schönsten Tisch, teure Weinen, teure Fisch. Oi weh, Tochter, gib mir a Kisch.
Yeah.
Die mezinke ausgegeben.
There you go. That's it. Okay.
Zweimal.
Yeah, zweimal. Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to play, and we will not have time for our last little cute song, so we'll get that in another time, the train song. I thought we would actually get to see, we learned all these from Bikel, and we haven't gotten to play a Bikel, because we're going to hear David's version of this one with his mispronunciation and all. So, actually, I don't have to stop the recording for this. I certainly would have his permission to play his song. Except that I have to get it. So here we go. Minimize. Oh, darn. Here we run into this stuff where too many things are showing. No, not that, not that. All right. Maybe I do have to stop. I can't. This is harder than I thought, trying to get these things moved around. Why can't I get her off of here? Wait a minute. There. Oh, finally. I got that done. Got her gone. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, there's David. Wait a minute. Zoom. Shh, 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 shh. No. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. On top of everything, I've still got the colds. I still feel like, doo-doo. Dreck. To use the Yiddish word. So here we go. Come on. I'm trying to do this share. Oh, come on. Why can't I can't get to it. Did it before. Why can't I get it now? Oh, finally. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Here we go.
Shalom Aleichem, it's Dovid Mordechai, and the creepy bard still has not posted a new video. Well, I can understand he's a pensive, he's busy, but it made me realize that I haven't posted a new video in quite a while either, and so I think it's high time I did another Yiddish song. This one is the mezinke gegeben. It means I have given away my little finger. It's not as morbid as it sounds. Little finger's a colloquialism for the youngest daughter, which gives the character in Game of Thrones a new shade of meaning, I think. Right there. Echer besser, dir auf mach grösser. Es hat mir dort gemacht, lieb hat mir gebracht. Und jetzt in der ganzen Nacht, wir sind euch gegeben, wir sind euch gegeben. Starker Freilich, so wie noch Geist der Melech. Ich allein hat mit meinen Augen gesehen, wie Gott ist mir Matzliach gemeint. Wir sind euch gegeben, wir sind euch gegeben. Einzig, matzig, tief auf mit der Kossig. In meine Tore sind nur sind, wir sind doch mit diesem Freund. Ja, sind ja Freunde, wir sind euch gegeben, wir sind euch gegeben. Schwitzig, was scheißt du mit dem Schwitzig? Heute weiß der Geber gescheiße, spielen sie schlafen sie. Heißt die Sonne ist alle Zeit, wir sind euch gegeben, wir sind euch gegeben. Ob und Rufschienen, ihr Weitschen gegeben, stellt mal sie den schönsten Tisch, deinen Tisch. Komm, mein Tochter, gib mir a Kisch. Wir sind euch gegeben, wir sind euch gegeben. Wir sind euch gegeben, wir sind euch gegeben. Well, thank you very much. I do hope you enjoyed that. If you did, like and subscribe. Look up
And share it with everybody so we can become more famous. Yay. Okay. All right. Okay, let me just put a reminder that I don't say often enough, but if you have favorites, you have a favorite song, and we haven't done it in a while, be sure to send in requests, and I'll be happy to work them in. All right, so again, Ari, we already announced, and you knew from last week, that next week is preparing for Pesach. So you can tell jokes about getting rid of your chametz or something, right? All right. Did you have a joke for us this week? Because it was humor was our topic. Didn't
No.
have time. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad we got to see your dear precious face,
Yeah.
even though you.
I had a doctor's appointment that ran late.
Yeah. Oh, don't they? Yeah. They rush you to be there, and you got to be there early, and then they make you sit and wait.
Yes, and I'm so obsessive about being early that I always have a book with me just in case.
Well, lucky for the good thing. You're so Gentile. You're such a boy.
Wait a minute, I always have a book with me too, no
No, but I'm
matter
talking
where
about being
I'm
But are you always early?
being early.
Yes,
Oh, all right.
You know what? Do your 23 and me. I bet you're going to find you got some Gentile genes there.
don't we all?
No, actually,
I
saw.
don't. I'm 100% Ashkenazi Jewish.
Yeah, I think somebody in our family did. I think we've got like 98 or something. But there was some rape back there, one of the pogroms that nobody talked about. But Messer, what's her name? The actress.
Messing.
Messing. What's her first name?
Deborah.
Deborah Messing. They did her on that show with the professor that does the
Louis Gates. Louis,
yes. And I watched that one, and then of course they always do two people, so they had some other interesting thing with some lady, I can't think who it was now, but at the end where they show the pie chart, the circle with the and the other of the Gentile woman had the usual proportions of Scots Irish and this and that and so on. and Deborah Messing's was 100%. It was all, no, not even a little 2% sliver. So I guess her family was either luckier or the women were uglier or whatever happened. They didn't. That was terrible. I shouldn't have said that. That's one of those horrible. Well, it was
Very
some terrible,
sexist.
terrible joke I heard a long time ago that is so awful I will never repeat it.
Don't
That
tell it.
you could threaten me with death and I would never tell it again.
Don't tell it.
But anyhow, unfortunately, when you hear one of those horrible things, it leaves this little tiny imprint in your memory, and that every now and then something awful slips out. And
If you're threatened with death, go ahead and tell it. Hey,
Buena de muerte.
We're easy.
You know what's funny? I need a project. Maybe you would do this because you're our good linguistic person, Dick. To make us a list of, because I see it anytime I look in any dictionary or whatever of any language. Everybody has an expression that means on penalty of death. Buena de muerte or whatever. I saw one in the Yiddish book, so it would be interesting to see how that everybody has that concept that you will. The worst threat that you can get, kind of thing. Okay, genug, gute Woche, Alleman, dank, and thank you for your patience with if I ever get caught up on these post-meeting emails. I was really dead to the world most of last week, thank God. Dank for a gute Freundine, was haben mich gebracht Essen war. So, but it was, I lost 3 pounds. I had no interest in eating. And the day I got my appetite back, gained 3 pounds right back.
Are you sure that it wasn't COVID?
No, it wasn't COVID. Just a cold. Just a typical cold. And I tried the stuff in the beginning, the Zicam and all that. And, it didn't work this time. My brother reminded me of the famous thing that if people say, somebody asks the doctor how long does a cold last, and he says, well, the average cold untreated will last 7 days, but treated with the best things like Zicam and all that will last 1 week. Now I said, well, how long does a flu last? He says, well, untreated it'll last 14 days. And treated with everything we have, it'll last a fortnight. That's if you're British. Otherwise, you just say 2 weeks, right? Depending what country you were in.
Sounds right to me.
So that's about it. Okay, guys, good seeing you all. I feel so glad to be able to see you all because 2 days ago I was not sure if I was going to have to turn the meeting over to
see you in 3 weeks, I guess.
Yeah,
safe travels,
we're traveling. Yeah, we'll see you in
safe travels.
I'm back in Missouri.
Yeah.
Coming home, Dick.
Okay. Well, yeah. You might want to wait until it warms up.
I was going to say, you got these massive thunderstorms. Did that front pass you guys yet? Because it's coming here. The massive thunderstorms.
We had horrible
hail.
storms.
You had hail and stuff.
Yeah.
We had horrible storms
now. Yeah.
Storms yesterday in Florida. It was raining like crazy and thundering.
But we need the rain. It was very dry, so we need the rain.
Yeah.
My lawn
no
is
argument,
kind of
but
dead.
it was
all right, guys. Take care. Daniela, you want to stay on? Because I wanted to talk.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. So if you wondered why I hadn't talked to you all week, now you know. Yeah, I was just like very sick. I missed my Torah class and Fig.
We are so sorry about what.
Just a bad one. It was a bad one, but I'm getting better.
Yeah, we saw you were not at Fig, but we figured busy. But you should be careful because there are so many bugs going around.
Yeah. So in the meantime, and I was supposed to have written to Shayna Lieb and given her your phone numbers, but I gave you hers. Did you write to her?
I did. So I wrote her an email on Friday. Maybe I don't know in which time zone she was, but by now she must have seen it.
Oh, but she didn't reply yet. So I'll have to make
No.
I'll make sure to write her and apologize that I didn't do it sooner because I was just like it was really funny on Monday. I said, I just feel like I think I'm coming down with something. You get the first little signs, and I started taking extra vitamin C and stuff, but nothing helped this time. So, in fact, I was starting to write a little, I didn't show it. I think I was about to, and then somebody had a question, so I didn't show it. Let me do share screen. I'll show you what I was working on. Let's share this. Right here. It was like the typical multiple choice question. I have to find out how they say that in Yiddish. But so here's this: what's a sign of a bad head cold? Was ist a Siemen von a starken Kater? Eins, a rote Nose. Zwei, a ledige is it pudla? I gotta check that word again. It was a word I'd never seen before. Look it up again. Meant a little box. And then vish papier, and vish means wipe. Like vision is wipe or mop, right? Paper, wiping paper, right? Kleenex, as we usually just say in America, named after the first famous brand, all right? And what's another possible sign of a bad head cold? A full mist kiss. And I actually had props for this. I had props. Wait a minute. Where'd they go? Where are my props? Here. I had props. See? I had props. the empty tissue box. And under my desk here, the wastebasket, the Mistkessel full mit Wischpapierlech. And then the last one is all of the above, because you know how you get your multiple questions where it's all of the above. And I want to know, how do you say that? It's alla der Monte. And alla, of course, is all. Der Monte, der Monnen, you know the verb? Der Monnen? It can mean a couple things, but one of them is mentioned. So this is the past participle, basically, then with the plural ending. So it's all of the aforementioned, all of the mentioned. So it's not meaning above in the directional thing, just the aforementioned. So I thought that was fun to find that. So I ran out of time to type it in the Oisius, but I think I'll send this out just because it's too.
That's a good one. You should very definitely send it out.
Yeah. So, and then this word kater, isn't that there's an old word that used to be used for that kind of illness, a head cold. I think it might be in Shakespeare or something in that era of English, some word like kater. Does that ring a bell to you? But some funny spelling like YRR, I don't know. I have to look up old words for illnesses. It's not important though. Because I haven't talked to you in a week.
Yeah, because it depends also on the spelling. It's not easy to look it up.
Yeah. It's a CH or something even, maybe. Yeah. Does it sound familiar to you at all?
Yes, but I don't want to say something gazinin, because when you talk about short words, sometimes it's very easy to confuse words that sound more or less similar, but come from totally different origins and mean totally different things.
Yes, exactly. Well, maybe I'll find it, maybe I won't. It's just rattling in the back of my mind. Anyhow, so any news on your front,
at this point,
oh, wait a
I
minute. Hold
think we are finished with Yiddish.
Stop.
We need to
Did I remember
stop
to
the
stop
recording.
recording? Oh,
Stop
no.
the recording.
Hold
Yes,
on. Oh, I forgot to
exactly.
stop recording.